talk about the technicals of the markets now with Rahul Sharma. He's, of course, joining us from JM Financials. Rahul, hi. Good to have you on the show. What do you make of the market mood right now? We have been fairly range-bound. That 19,850 to 19,150 thereabouts has been the working range so far. Do you see us getting out of this range anytime soon? Today, of course, is the weekly expiry as well.
Yeah, hi, very good afternoon. So, markets definitely have become choppy of late, but the good thing is the downside seems to be navigated with once we've crossed the 19,000 mark. So, my sense is with the US markets turning around on the daily time frame, S&P 500 index hitting a panic low and seeing a meaningful recovery over the last few sessions. My sense is Nifty should eventually take inspiration and challenge the current resistance of 19,225. So once 19,225 is taken out, we believe that at least the very short term trend should be positive, because that is exactly where the breakdown happened on the way down. And once that happens, there should be short covering, especially from the FIs. Now, the absolute, reversal in the market may happen if we cross 19,470, which is, quite some distance away at this point in time. But as and when it happens, that would call for a proper, new round of up move, which can begin in the coming days. So as of now, it's still fingers crossed. We haven't really taken out the first resistance. Neither, are we breaking down on the downside below the 19,000 mark. So range bound for sure. But there are some green shoots, like some sectors which are exhibiting strength or bouncing back much sooner than the rest of the market. And one sector that comes to my mind is the PSU banking space. So we've seen carnage in private banks, but it's the PSU banking index which has seen the sharpest recovery in the previous week, and now there's a follow-up round of buying that is expected. So PSU banks look good. PSE, which is public sector enterprises, they also continue to look good. And along with that, the biggest, this month's, in fact, last 1 month's biggest breakout has been the reality index. So that continues to do well on the back of strong earnings numbers. And we feel there is a lot of upside to be had in the real estate space in the stocks as well. So these are three areas of the market which look pretty robust. It is still, markets are not out of the woods. Unless and until, any of these levels that we spoke of, it's best to take these relatively stronger sectors on the long side, and unless and until we break 19,000, it doesn't call for a shorting idea or shorting opportunity at these levels.
Rahul, you had triggered quite a lot of curiosity with your Nifty, quite bold calls in the previous series, I remember, and it also triggered almost 1,000-point move on the Nifty, I would say. Are you holding on to those calls? Because I think Diwali around 21,000 or year-end 21,000 or something like that, or you are revisiting those targets once again?
Yeah, so the macro trend of the market is still positive, still bullish. On one side we had the US markets, which were a pain point, which doesn't seem to be anymore. So my sense is, going ahead in the next 3 months time frame, or if you take a slightly broader pre-election kind of a rally kind of a setup, there is a very good possibility that from here we see a proper up move. Now, in terms of why am I saying levels, is because on one side you have FIs which are at historical short levels. Nifty has rallied about 400 points. They have not covered their shorts. So maybe it's a geopolitical thing. Maybe it is something that we don't know. But unless and until they go completely wrong, which is once these levels are taken out, or they exit their short positions at a favorable level, I would be a little bit cautious. Once that is done, we can definitely press on the accelerator. I would say once we cross 19,470, that is a time to add leverage positions in the market on the long side. So unless 19,470 is not taken out, probably be a day trader, or at max take positions with a very short term time frame, and we'll take stop losses. Once that level is taken out, I think we'll be out of the woods, and we can very well march on towards the 21,000 target. Possibly by January we can see that kind of a level going ahead from these levels.
It's 21,000 perhaps by January, but give us your stock recommendations as well, Rahul.
Yeah, because we're bullish on the PSE space, Gas Authority of India or GAIL looks pretty formidable at these levels after the recent correction. Then the results are done. The stock has formed a base around the 116, 120 mark, and at these prices, I think risk reward is favorable for a bounce back. So one can look to buy GAIL for a target of 132, 135 on the upside. Stop loss placed at 114, and this stock and sector continues to look positive. Apart from that, PSU banks, the one that I spoke of, the entire pack looks good, but noteworthy is a setup in Maharashtra Bank or Bank of Maharashtra, as it is said. One can look to buy for an immediate upside of around 12% from these levels. So around 46 is where we are targeting in the short term. One can look to buy at these levels. Have a very small stop loss at 41. Last 5 sessions, the stock has been consolidating. And today we saw green shoots of buying happening in the PSU banking space. So, both the picks are from the sectors exactly that we like. GAIL and Bank of Maharashtra are the ones which we feel should do well in the coming few days.
Thanks, Rahul, for that.